sit. We always have her sit before she goes into the crate. This is a little training exercise unto itself with the crate. Notice how the leash is loose, so you're not restraining her, you're not holding her tight. If you hold the leash tight, that's not training because you're forcing her to be there, and that'll stress her out anyway. So you don't want to have any tight leashes anywhere, anytime. So make sure the leash is loose, open the door. With your right hand, you want to send her in. Sometimes she doesn't always want to run in there, so sometimes I'll take a little treat like this. This is just a natural balance treat, and do that same motion of patting your chest and saying go, and then she'll follow it in. And then she turns around, give her another treat. So every interaction between you and her is very positive. When she's in the crate, she gets a treat for going in, she gets a treat right before you take off her stuff, her equipment, her little collar, which I always do in the crate. You see how fast it is, you just reach in and unhook it. Once you've done it a few times, it's really easy. And I recommend doing it that way, also putting the stuff on her that way inside the crate, because what a lot of people run into is just you're trying to put on or take off the collar and the stuff, and she's jumping all over the place, collapsing, climbing on you, whatever, and it's a way that breeds disrespect for you. Also, it makes her overstimulated, which that overstimulated state of mind is where you want to stay away from in all different cases, because that's the state of mind where bad behavior comes from. So if you have a way to do it that keeps her calm by doing it inside the crate, taking it off and putting it on inside the crate, and she stays calm, like you see she just stands there and lets you do it, you should do it that way for a while. And if you do it that way long enough, in a few months of that, after a few months, you can do it outside of the crate, and she's so used to being calm when you do that that she'll stay calm when she's outside of the crate. So I recommend doing it this way for a while, like we've been doing it. So you saw me take everything off. I hung the little prong collar right here, and this prong collar is the smallest size they make, and all you're gonna have to do is just add a link at a time as she gets a little bit bigger, as she grows up. But you can see throughout the videos how I use it. This is not for corrections. It's just so that you have a real easy way to control her, to give her little signals. Makes it easier with this collar than it would be just a regular collar. So this choke chain is just to double up. So this choke chain is attached to the leash as well as the prong collar, and in case the prong collar ever comes off by mistake, then this comes into play and you don't lose the dog. So that's the only reason that we use this choke chain. You'd never use this for training because all the pressure is right there, and over time it could really damage the dog's throat. So we never use it for training. It's just hanging there a little bit looser than the prong collar. Just in case it ever comes off, it's your double up so that you'd never lose her out in public. That's the only reason to have this, but I would recommend you keep using this.